Shanti. Om Shanti. Good morning. Baba Amrit Vele.
At Amrit Vela, Baba
हमको ऐसे देखता है
looks at us in such a way,
बच्चे कितने मीठे हैं
seeing how sweet the children are,
ऐसे अच्छे हैं
and
प्यारे
how
हैं
nice they are, how beloved they are,
जो बाप की याद में बैठ
because they're sitting in the remembrance of the Father
सारे दिन के लिए बैटरी चार्ज कर देते हैं
and charging their battery for the whole day.
देखते हैं बाबा
So Baba sees this.
सवेरा सवेरा होते ही बाबा हम बच्चों को
In
याद
the
करते
early morning, Baba sees how we children are remembering him.
हैं। और हमारा काम है बाबा के
And our job is to be present and there available for Baba's remembrance and sit in his remembrance.
पढ़ाने के समय
Then at the time of study, Baba sees
बाबा जो रोज समझाते हैं
what Baba explains every day.
रूहानी बच्चों को बाबा पढ़ाता है
Baba, the Father is speaking, teaching to the souls, his spiritual children. The Supreme Soul
आधारी लिया है बच्चों को पढ़ाने
has simply taken this body on loan to teach his
बाबा
children.
ये याद दिलाता है
And Baba reminds us,
जब क्लास में आते हो
when you come to class, then
अंदर से है हम स्टूडेंट हैं
let it be there inside that I am a student.
ये सारा दिन में तो बांध रहना चाहिए
You need this for the whole day, because no matter whatever the work is, you're still a student and you can't operate without doing your homework.
बड़ा ध्यान रखते हो होमवर्क
And you pay close attention to your homework
खाते पीते चलते फिरते
whilst you're moving around, eating and drinking.
अंदर में होमवर्क
Still, at the same time, you're doing a lot of homework. Why? Because you want to pass the exams with honor.
पढ़ाई का जो टाइम है ना
Whenever it is the time of study,
उन्हों के पढ़ाई का समय तो भाई 10 साल 12 साल 15 साल
whether it's 10, 12 or 15 years, for all of us, as long as we're alive, we continue to study.
और कुछ नहीं करना है
Even if we don't do anything else,
आत्मा तो शरीर में हो ना पढ़ते रहना है
as long as the soul is in the body, continue to study. I hope you're not tired of the study.
पढ़ते पढ़ते थके तो नहीं है
You don't get tired after studying and studying, because if you do get tired, then you can't study very well. And if you study well, then it removes your tiredness.
पढ़ाई है ही
The study is
अनेक जन्मों से माया ने अच्छी तरह से अपना गुलाम बना
so that you can be free from the slavery of Maya, who made you dependent and tired. Once you become Babas, then
थकावट चली गई
all tiredness disappears. You have received love.
पढ़ाई मिली है तो
You've
भविष्य
received the study so that your future becomes so elevated.
जो अभी मेहनत करते हो ना
The effort that you're making now,
मेहनत नहीं करनी पड़ेगी धन के
actually
लिए,
you will not have to make any effort for money or a home or any other reason. Everything will come to you by itself. All you have to do is study well at this time.
तो जब ये नशा है ना
And when you have this intoxication and faith, both faith and intoxication,
निश्चय बुद्धि से है
you have faith in your intellect, and intoxication is by bringing everything of the inculcation into practice.
निश्चय है
You have faith
संगम युग है
that this is the confluence age,
बस सत्युग
and the golden age is about to arrive, and the iron age is about to go. Its destruction preparations are ready. You know this in your intellect.
भक्ति और ज्ञान के कॉन्ट्रास्ट को समझ लिया
The intellect has understood the contrast between bhakti and gyan, and so everything is very clear. The contrast of bhakti and gyan is very clearly in your intellect and your understanding. You know what the world is, you've understood that it's really basically garbage. You know what fashion is and that it's of no use to you. Somebody who thinks the world is very good, they will not think this is very good. But we have understood if anyone is running after the things of the world, and when I see the shopping centers, which I only see from the outside anyway, I've never even been in one. But the people's income is based upon people's consumerism, and it makes people even more sorrowful. But then when they get sorrowful, then what else do they do but go shopping? And it's all full of garbage in there anyway, waste things. And this is why it is very good here in Gyan Sarovar, Shantivan. There are shops outside Shantivan, but here there aren't any shops. You're sitting absolutely in the bhatti, in the mountains, nothing is there. What do you need anyway? If you want to eat, then eat here. Previously we had to wash clothes by sending them out, but now we wash them here. So all you have to do is look at yourself and make sure that you become the fully worthy child of Baba and climb upon his heart. And then when you're on his heart, then for your future. Previously we were very soft, very sensitive. We used to feel bad about even small things. And so this is a childish nature, but now we have become brave and big. We have become so brave. And once you become big, then the things of childishness are gone. Whether you become praised and you get happy, or whether you become defamed and you get unhappy, that is also childish. But once you get a little big, as soon as you get big, then you start desiring all of this recognition, appreciation. You want people to think of you as something special. And then if you get a little bit of insult, then you get totally depressed. So in this path of Gyan, this is a very useful thing. Even if somebody feels that it's not useful, but it is, sometimes you must never allow depression to come to you for any reason. Baba has got such high hopes in us. Even if we don't have too many virtues and nothing is so much visible, but we become the helper of the innocent Lord, and he makes us his own and makes us clever by taking our help. He is so innocent. There is no one as innocent as he. There is nobody like him. Shiv Baba is the Lord of the innocent, the Lord of the innocent people, and those who use their intellect a lot. Baba says sometimes they're one thing, sometimes another thing. They dance around a lot. You can't have faith in those who are fluctuating a lot. You have to pay attention to them a lot. Those who fluctuate need a lot of attention. But others are stable, then you can be having faith in them the way that the Father makes them be. They're happy with that. The way the Mother and the way the Father wants them to be, they're happy with whatever Srimat they receive. They're so happy because they know that it is God who is giving them directions. It's a matter of great happiness. And so when you have the attainment of happiness, it helps you to have faith. If you don't have happiness, you can't have faith.
जिसको निश्चय नहीं नशा कहाँ से चढ़े
And if you don't have faith, then you can't have intoxication.
पहले तो बाबा के मिलन की खुशी है क्यों खुशी है
First, you recognize Baba and you have so much happiness. You see how nice you have become, how everything is good. You don't just sit anyway, oh, he's giving too much love to this one and not enough to me. What were you before? What are you now? And what are you going to be tomorrow?
अब कैसे बनने हैं
See the difference, see the change of the past, present and the future, and how wonderful the future is going to be. In this way you become the seers of the three aspects of time.
खुशी है त्रिकालदर्शी बनने की
You become happy by becoming the seer of the three aspects of time.
कितना फर्क पड़ गया
You've seen the enormous difference and change that's taken place.
निशानी मात्र हमारे पास न हो
There shouldn't be the slightest trace of anything Kali Yugi with us.
संगम पर मिला है टाइम
And because we have received this time of the confluence age to remove even the slightest stain of the Iron Age. The Iron Age is also called the Black Age, which has stained us, and we are removing all that so that not even a stain remains.
कोई निशान न हो
No sign remains.
इसे सफेद कपड़े पहनते हैं हम
And so we wear white clothes,
जरा सा दाग न हो
so there isn't even a slightest
ये देखो
stain.
सफेद चादर है जरा सा
Now
दाग
you see this whole stage has got a white sheet on it and it hasn't got any stains or
अंदर से
marks.
आत्मा इतनी स्वच्छ
So
हो,
internally the soul has to be this much clean
सच्ची हो
and truthful.
जो सच्ची दिल पर शायद तो इतना कुर्बान
Because,
जाता है, जब तक मैं जाऊं तब तक पहले वो चला जाता है
Then you can be completely dedicated to the master who is pleased with the one who is true. And I do everything not with intelligence but with truthfulness, with an honest heart.
नहीं समझा
And
ट्रांसलेशन मिल रही है दुबदा बना
so dubda means that sometimes this and sometimes that, sometimes
माया के
under the influence of Maya, sometimes under the influence of God.
माया भी मोहिनी रूप धारण करती है
Because Maya takes many different forms, sometimes very attractive, and if I leave Maya, then then Maya says, who am I going to be looking after? Who is going to look after me? Maya takes the form of the body, money, relationships, all the systems of the world. And so God is up above, so what will happen to this person if they leave me? No, you have to stay in the world, don't you? So Maya talks to you like this in many ways.
इसमें एक कभी कभी कई कहते पास्ट बातें याद नहीं करो मैं भी नहीं करती हूँ
And don't remember things of the past, but some things you are unable to forget. Very good things,
जिसके लिए आप लोगों को दो बातें सुनाई थी जब ब्राजील
which I
में
had
पहला
told you
बार गई
about when the first time when I went to Brazil.
क्लास ये था
There was class like this in the early morning,
3:30 बजे माया मुरली चलाना शुरू करती है
and at 3:30 Maya started to speak the Murli.
6 बजे बाबा की मुरली है
At 6 o'clock is our Murli.
सुनो
So listen about Maya's Murli.
3:30 बजे से 4 बजे
From
4:30 तक
3:30 until about 5 o'clock, Maya starts doing its Murli.
6 बजे
And then at 6 o'clock you have to come to class.
नहीं आएंगे तो पकड़
If you don't come,
चलो
but then Amrit Vela you say, oh, it doesn't matter, oh, I've got a headache, this and that. Plenty of excuses for not going to attend Amrit Vela.
कितना दिन मैंने अमृत वेला
And some people write truthfully how many Amrit Vela days they had good meditation, how many days they missed. And so today Baba says the real true child is the one who keeps the chart. And if you keep the chart, you'll be able to be the master of the world and remove all kinds of laziness. Otherwise, Maya likes you to be lazy. It makes you careless, it makes you give excuses. It's very clever in this.
रावण का रूप दिखाई पड़ता है
The form of Ravan is visible, but the form of Maya is very, very subtle and invisible, full of cleverness. So I remember the first
सवेरे
morning,
बोली सुनो
listen to Maya's Murli.
होते ही बाबा ऐसे जगह था
Some people, Baba awakens them and calls the princess. At the night, the princess is sent to sleep and the queen is raised up in the morning. It's a very nice song, this go to sleep in the evening. See how Baba makes us go to sleep. Somebody asked me about yoga. So how you sleep, how you wake up, and you see just light upon light when you are experiencing Baba. And so we don't do meditation through any kind of force, but it is a natural deep love for the Supreme Soul. We are receiving the blessings of the Supreme Soul, and He is stroking our face and waking us up. There's no need to have an alarm clock. You wake up by yourself. And that kind of happiness, to listen to the things of Baba and to follow those, brings a great deal of power. And this is why Baba speaks the Murli every day. When Baba became Avyakt, we were concerned about how to listen to the Murli. Baba said, don't worry, there'll be the revised course. And now how many years? This is the 6th time that we have listened to the revised course, 5 years of Murlis. But when you listen to the Murli, it seems to be brand new. It doesn't feel like a revised course. I never feel that. There is so much power in the great words of the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Father. And it removes all the tiredness and it opens up the intellect. Because through the Father we have received the third eye, we became the seers of the 3 aspects of time. And some people say, oh, this one's very clever. Baba says there is no one as clever as my children, those who have understood the Supreme Father, the Creator, and who have understood the knowledge of the creation's beginning, continuation and end. This is my children. Nobody else except my children know this. Only my children know how to have success. My children, I am the bestower of my children. So now let us listen to the Murli. If anybody has any question. The question doesn't arrive, but still something arises, and Baba gives such answers in the Murli that you have total understanding. You say, Baba, yes, I've understood. You are very clever. You know the depth of my heart, and I'm going to give you to Sister.
Baba knows us from within, but He is not the one who really sits and reads what is there within us. He knows, and that is why He's able to say what we have to do and what we don't have to do. And He talks to every individual. To whom does He really say? Those who are not truthful, Baba cannot say. Then Baba says, I do not know. Your duty is to tell the truth to the Father. We should understand the Father very well, how He is. And that means we are able to understand ourselves. To understand ourselves is to understand the Father, and then it's easy to understand each other. Then there is no opposition with each other, or there is no involving with each other. The reason is that we are not able to understand ourselves and understand the Father. That is why there is time in understanding each other. Either we are in opposition or we are involved in we are tangled with someone. We should have the intellect to become a Dadi or a Dada. What does it mean?
सारा परिवार मेरे बाबा का बच्चे हैं,
The whole family are the
मेरे
children
बाबा के
of my
बच्चे हैं,
father,
मेरे बहन
of
भाई
my
हैं,
Baba. They are my brothers and sisters.
सारे विश्व को सामने रख सबको इतनी फीलिंग
By
आए
keeping the whole
जैसे
world in the
परमात्मा का
front,
बच्चा है, मेरे बाबा के बच्चे हैं,
having the feelings
मेरे बाबा
that
के
all
मेरे
are
बच्चे थोड़ी
Baba's
हैं,
children. They are not my
मेरे बाबा के
children.
बच्चे हैं।
They are my Baba's children.
चक्कर में आने वाले कहेंगे फलाना मेरा है या मैं उनकी हूँ।
If the ones who are entangled with someone, they
चक्कर में
will
आने वाले
say,
कहेंगे ऐसे
oh,
कर
I belong to that
अरे
one, or that one belongs to me.
मैं आत्मा परमात्मा की हूँ, ये सब आत्मा
I, the soul,
उद्धार करने
I
के लिए
belong to
बाबा
the
ने
Supreme
निमित्त
Soul.
बनाया है।
And I am instrument for uplifting all the souls of the world. So there should be honesty within the heart to
बड़ी दिल
understand
सबको
oneself,
समझना,
and then a big heart to understand others.
बड़ी दिल
A
दिल में
big
किसी की
heart.
बात कोई रख करके नहीं चलना,
You should not keep anybody's aspect in your heart.
सब अच्छी है, सब अच्छी है।
All are fine, all are good.
जा जो तुम कोने में बैठा है,
Dadi is telling one brother, George, that he's sitting in the corner.
नहीं आओ,
So she's requesting him to come in
जा जो
front.
बैठो, या सामने आओ, कितने दिन से आया हुआ है, सामने
He's
नहीं
come
दिखाई
since so many days, but he has
आओ,
not
यहाँ
come in
सामने
front.
मेरी बाजू में बिठा दो उसको।
She's requesting another brother to make him sit in front besides him.
मैंने कल उनको निर्मला बहन कहा ना, भाई सदी में मैं ऐसे, आप लोग क्यों देखते हो उनको, मैं जानूं उसको जाने।
But are you looking at him? I know and he knows.
हमको बड़ा खुशी है, नशा है,
We have a lot of happiness and lot of intoxication that I've always kept my seat in front, and I have received that seat
एक ही
always.
बार बाबा ने शिक्षा दी मेरे को,
One day Baba gave me this lesson,
तो कोई आए थे,
and I was
तो वो
sitting in the
बात नहीं
front,
आए थे। बाबा मुझे देख रहा, मेरे वाइब्रेशन आया, बाबा मुझे
and someone had come, and the person had not come into the class, and then Baba was looking at me, and I got the vibration that Baba wants to tell me something, and I realized that Baba is trying to tell me that you are sitting, but you are not bringing the other one who has come. So then I felt that first I have to make that person sit, and then I have to sit.
समझा, बाबा पूछे
So always I have this within myself that Baba will ask,
ये सूक्ष्म बातें
because we are responsible instruments. This is a very subtle thing.
जिम्मेवारी कुछ नहीं है, पर ये जिम्मेवारी है।
Otherwise, we do not have any responsibilities, but such responsibilities are there.
कौन रूम में सोया पड़ा है,
Baba used to take around to see who are sleeping in their respective rooms.
ऐसे कितना भी बीमार होगा ना, कहेंगे मैं क्लास में चलेंगी, देखो विक भाई कैसे आते क्लास में,
See Brother Rick, how he comes into the class every day. And if such a brother is sitting in the class,
बड़े अच्छे तंदुरुस्त सोए पड़े होंगे,
and if we can take around, many young people are also sleeping in their rooms.
बाबा को प्यारे कौन लगे,
Who will be loved by Baba?
कोई बहाना बना के कोई बाहर घूमते होंगे,
Some will have excuses to just go around in the campus for a walk.
भाई मेरे बहनें मेरी,
My dear brothers, my dear sisters, these are the seconds and moments of the confluence age to study.
मिलता इलाई है,
And we get unlimited happiness from
वो
these.
सुख हमारा सदा काल के लिए चलता है।
And this happiness continues for all the time. There will never be sorrow.
हमको नहीं,
Even in the copper age, we will not receive sorrow.
कभी नहीं कहेंगे मैं दुखी हूँ,
We will never say that I am unhappy, I am sorrowful. Even in the last birth, I have never said that I have been unhappy, even if someone has died. Never.
दुख का एक इस तरह हिसाब किताब है,
It's only an aspect of karmic account.
चाहे जो हमारा काम था उसका सेवा करना, संभालना, बस
Our duty was to serve that soul. Now the time had come and the soul left.
करो, जो दुख का नाम निशान न हो,
So let us make so much of income
से विश्व भर का दुख का नाम निशान खत्म कर ले,
that we do not get that sorrow, and also become instrument to remove the sorrow for the whole world. So can we do it?
इतनी मस्ती में रहना है,
Be so much intoxicated and check. each one should check oneself.
कंप्लेन तो नहीं है किसकी?
Do I have any sorrow? Do I have any complaint for anyone?
दिल में किसके लिए कंप्लेन होती है, दुख होता है?
Is there any complaint for anyone in my heart? If anybody complains about me, do I feel sorrow? We are learning.
मीठे बच्चे,
Sweet children,
मनो दादी भाई बैठी है, बहन दादी बैठी है, दादी बाजू बैठेंगे आकर, यहाँ बैठे। मीठे बच्चे,
sweet children,
तुम्हें अभी बहुत बहुत साधारण रहना है।
you now have to remain very, very simple.
फैशनेबल ऊंचे कपड़े पहनने से भी, फैशनेबल ऊंचे कपड़े पहनने से भी देहमान आता है।
There is body consciousness when you wear expensive, fashionable clothes.
फैशन तकदीर में ऊंच पद नहीं है।
If the children don't have a high status in their fortune, if the children don't have a high status in their fortune, then in which aspect do they become lazy?
चार्ट रखो।
Answer, Baba says, children, in order to reform yourselves, keep your chart. There is a lot of benefit in keeping a chart of your remembrance.
चेक करो कितना
Always keep a notebook with you. Check for how long have you stayed in remembrance.
रजिस्टर कैसा है,
What is your register like?
दैवी कैरेक्टर है,
Is my character divine?
दैवी कैरेक्टर है।
Is my character divine?
करते बाप के याद में रहते हैं,
Do I stay in remembrance of Baba while performing actions?
याद से ही कट उतरेंगी।
It's only by having remembrance that your rust can be removed and your fortune can be elevated.
गीत बोले ना से निराला कोई नहीं।
Song, no one is as unique as the innocent Lord. No one is as unique as the innocent Lord.
ओम शांति।
Om Shanti.
मीठे बच्चों के पास
You sweetest children
ये लक्ष्मी नारायण का
should definitely have the picture of Lakshmi and Narayan in your home.
इनको देख बहुत खुशी होनी चाहिए।
You should experience great happiness on seeing it,
पढ़ाई का एम एंड ऑब्जेक्ट है।
because this is the aim and objective of your study.
तुम जानते हो
You know that
स्टूडेंट है
you are students
और ईश्वर पढ़ाते हैं।
and that God is teaching you.
तुम जानते हो हम स्टूडेंट हैं,
You know that we are students and that God is teaching us.
ईश्वरी स्टूडेंट व विद्यार्थी है हम।
We are God's
ये
students.
पढ़ते हैं,
We are
सबके
studying
लिए
this.
एक ही उद्देश्य है।
Everyone's aim is the same.
इनको देखते बहुत खुशी होनी चाहिए।
There should be great happiness on seeing the picture. You children heard the song.
बहुत भोलानाथ है,
He is the Lord who is very, very innocent.
कोई कोई शंकर को भोलानाथ समझते।
Some consider Shankar to be the innocent Lord, the Indian deity with the snake around his neck.
जानते हो
They have mixed up Shiv and Shankar.
ऊंचते
You now know that Shiv is God, the highest on the high, and that Shankar is a deity. So, how could they be the same?
ये भी गीत सुना
You've also heard in the song
क्या करने वाले
that he is the protector of the devotees. Thus, the devotees must definitely be experiencing calamities. The calamities are the five vices for everyone.
की रक्षा करने वाले पांच विकारों की आपदाएं सबके ऊपर है। भगत भी सब है,
Everyone is a
ज्ञानी
devotee.
किसको नहीं कहा जाता।
No one can be called a knowledgeable soul.
ज्ञान और भक्ति बिल्कुल अलग चीज है।
The knowledge and worship are completely separate, just as Shiv and Shankar are
जब
separate
ज्ञान
too.
मिलता है तो फिर भक्ति नहीं रहती है।
Once you receive the knowledge, worship doesn't
ज्ञान
remain.
मिलता है फिर भक्ति नहीं रहती है। क्यों?
Once you receive knowledge, worship doesn't remain.
नाम के मालिक
Why?
बन रहे हो ना।
Because you're becoming the masters of the land of happiness.
आधा कल्प के लिए सद्गति मिल जाती है।
You receive salvation for half the cycle.
एक कई इशारे से
Through just one
आधा
signal,
कल्प का वर्षा पा लेते
you attain your inheritance for half the
हो।
cycle.
बाबा को एक ही इशारे से आधा कल्प के लिए वर्षा पा लेते हो। देखते हो भक्तों के ऊपर कितनी तकलीफ है।
You can see how the
ज्ञान से तुम
devotees
देवता
go
बन
through so many difficulties.
लगता है दिल
Through knowledge, you become deities.
पर भक्तों पर सब भीड़ होती है,
Then,
अर्थात दुख
when the
होता है,
devotees are in difficulty, that is, they experience calamities and sorrow, the Father comes.
अनुसार जो
The
पाप
Father
हुआ
explains,
है,
according
तो
to
फिर
drama,
होना है।
whatever happened in the past has to repeat
भक्ति
again.
शुरू होती है,
Then when worshipping begins, the path of sin, that is the path of becoming impure too, begins.
उसमें भी नंबर 1 है काम,
In this, the number one vice is
जिसके लिए
lust.
कहा जाता है,
About this it is
काम पर
said,
जीत पाने से तुम
by
जगत
conquering
जीत
lust,
पाओगे।
you become the conquerors of the world.
कोई जीत थोड़ी पाते हैं,
The vicious ones don't gain victory.
विकार के बिगड़ तो कोई कभी शरीर पैदा नहीं होता,
No one in the kingdom of Ravan can take birth without
विकार के
vice.
बिगड़ तो कोई का शरीर भी पैदा नहीं होता। सत्युग में रावण राज होता ही नहीं है,
Therefore, kingdom of Ravan doesn't exist in the golden
वहाँ
age.
भी अगर रावण होता
If Ravan were to exist there too,
तो भगवान ने राम राज्य स्थापन करके क्या किया,
what would be the objective for God to establish the kingdom of Ram?
कितनी समझ की बात है।
This is a matter of understanding.
भगवान ने राम राज्य स्थापन किया, वहाँ भी अगर रावण होता,
God established the kingdom of Ram. And even if Ravan would have been there, then what would have been the objective? A father has so much of concern. All my children should remain happy.
धन इकट्ठा करके बच्चों को दे देते
He
हैं।
accumulates wealth for his children to
पर
keep
यहाँ
them
पे ऐसा हो
happy.
नहीं सकता।
However, it is
यहाँ
not
है
like
दुख
that
की
here.
दुनिया।
This
ये
is the
बेहद
world
का
of
बाप
sorrow.
कहते हैं,
The unlimited Father
वहाँ
says,
जन्म
you
जन्मांतर
experience happiness
सुख भोगते
for
ही
birth after
आएंगे।
birth there. You receive plenty of wealth
हाँ,
there.
धन मिल जाता है। 21 जन्मवान दुख
You
नहीं
don't
होगा।
experience sorrow there for 21 births. No one goes
ये
bankrupt
बातें
there.
बुद्धि में धारण कर,
Let your intellect imbibe these things and stay very happy within.
तुम्हारा ज्ञान और योग सारा गुप्त है।
Your knowledge and yoga are completely incognito.
स्थूल हथियार आदि कुछ नहीं है।
You don't have physical weapons.
बाप समझाते ये है ज्ञान की तलवार।
The Father explains this is the sword of knowledge.
उन्होंने फिर स्थूल हथियार निशानियां देवियों को दे दी है।
The memorial of this is shown in form of physical weapons held by the goddesses. Those who study the scriptures, etc.,
वो लोग कभी ऐसे नहीं कहते ये
they
ज्ञान
never
तलवार
say
है।
that this is the sword of knowledge or the bracelet of
ज्ञान
knowledge.
खड्ग है। ये बेहद का बाप ही बेर समझाते हैं।
Only the unlimited Father explains this.
वह समझते हैं शक्ति सेना ने जीत पाई है।
They believe that the Shakti army gained victory. Then definitely there had to be weapons.
बाप आकर ये सब बातें सब भूलें जो हम भूलें
The Father
करते आ रहे हैं,
comes
सुनते आ रहे हैं,
and tells us
सब बताते हैं, ये
about
भूलें।
all these mistakes.
यह तुम्हारी बात बहुत आगे चल के ढेर सुनेंगे।
Many people will listen to all these aspects of yours
बाबा कहते हैं, आगे चल के
in
ये
the
बहुत
future.
सुनेंगे। कल हिस्ट्री हॉल में बैठ के उनको कहा इतने ही सुनते थे हम जितने हिस्ट्री हॉल है ना, हाँ, इतने ही बाबा के
Yesterday I was sitting with the guest in the history hall and I was telling them we were so many sitting and listening to Baba in the early days. Even the scholars etc. will come one day. He is the unlimited Father, is he not?
बातें सुन करके आप लोगों को लगता है बाबा ने पहले कितना समय पहले ये कहा है, आएंगे ये बातें सुनेंगे।
Baba has said so many years
बेहद का
back
बाप है ना।
that people will come and they will come and listen to
बच्चों
you.
का सिर्फ श्रीमत पर चलने में ही कल्याण है।
It's only by following Srimad that you children can experience
तुम्हारा
benefit.
देह मन टूटेगा।
Then your body consciousness will break.
इसलिए शाहूकार लोग यहाँ आते नहीं हैं।
This is why wealthy people don't come here.
आप कहते देह का अहंकार छोड़ो।
Father says, renounce all your pride.
कपड़े आदि का भी नशा रहता है।
People have great intoxication of their good quality clothes.
बनवा में होना।
You are now in the state of simplicity.
जाते हो ससुर घर।
You are now going to your in-laws' home.
वहाँ तुमको बहुत जेवर पहनाएंगे।
There you will have plenty of ornaments to wear. You mustn't wear expensive clothes here. Father says, remain very simple.
जैसे कर मैं करता हूँ,
Whatever actions I
बच्चों को भी
perform,
सावधान रहना है,
you children too have to remain very
नहीं तो
simple.
दयावान आ जाता है।
Otherwise, there will be body consciousness.
वह सब बहुत नुकसान कर देते हैं।
All of that causes a lot of damage.
तुम जानते हो हम ससुर घर जाते हैं,
You know you're going to your in-laws' home.
हमको बहुत जेवर मिलेंगे,
There you will receive plenty of jewelry.
नहीं पहनने हैं।
You mustn't wear jewelry, etc. here.
आजकल चोरी आद कितनी होती है।
Nowadays, there is a great deal of robbery, etc.
डाकू लोग लूट लेते हैं।
The robbers rob you in the streets.
दिन प्रतिदिन
Day by day,
हंगामा आज ज्यादा बढ़ता जाएगा।
this kind of upheaval will continue to increase.
इसे बाप कहते हैं।
This is why the Father says,
अपन को आत्मा समझ मुझे बाप को याद।
consider yourself to be a soul and remember me.
देहमान में आने से बाप को भूल जाएं।
By becoming body conscious, you forget the Father.
अभी ही मिलती है।
It's only at this time that you have to make this effort.
भक्ति मार्ग में ये मेहनत नहीं करते।
Later, on the path of devotion, you won't need to make this effort.
अभी तुम हो संगम पर।
You are now at the confluence.
तुम जानते हो।
You know that.
ये पुरुषोत्तम बाप तुम जानते हो बाप आते ही है।
That the Father comes at the most elevated confluence age. War will definitely take place. Many atomic bombs continue to be made. No matter how much you beat your heads for them to stop doing that, but it is not possible. It is in drama. Even when you try to explain to them, they will not understand. Death definitely has to take place. Therefore, how could they stop doing that? They understand everything and yet they don't stop manufacturing them. This is fixed in drama. The Yadavas and the Kauravas have to be destroyed. Yadavas are the Europeans. They are proud of their science, through which destruction takes place. Then there is victory through the pride of silence.
तुमको शांति स्वरूप रहना ही सिखाया जाता है।
You're taught to be firm in your form of silence.
स्वरूप रहना सिखाया जाता है।
To become the embodiment of silence. Remember the Father. The guest asks us, what is silence? And because we have the experience, we are able to share with them. So those who feel they have less experience, please increase your experience on silence. Do this favor for us. Remember the Father, dead silence. I, the soul, I am detached from the body. The soul is making effort to leave the body. Does anyone else make effort to leave the body as we do? Go and search in the whole world. Is there anyone else who says, "Oh soul, I now have to leave the body. Become pure. Otherwise there will be punishment." Who says this? Who says this? Who experiences punishment? The soul. At that time, soul receives visions of the sins they have performed and the punishment that they have to receive for those sins. Earlier, we did not know what we had done, but at the time of punishment, we get the vision. And then we have a feeling at that time, as if we are getting the punishment for many births. If so much sorrow is experienced, then what would be the balance of happiness that remains? The Father says, you must not perform any more sinful actions.
अपना रजिस्टर रखो।
So keep your register.
हर एक स्कूल में चाल चलन का रजिस्टर रखते हैं।
In every school, a register is maintained for everyone's activity and behavior.
भारतवासियों का कैरेक्टर ठीक नहीं है।
Even the education minister will say, the character of Bharat is no good now. Tell them, we are making our character like Lakshmi Narayan. Always keep this picture with you.
ये aim and objective।
This is your aim and objective.
हम ऐसे बनते हैं।
We are becoming like that.
इस आदि सनातन देवी देवता धर्म की हम स्थापना कर रहे हैं।
We are establishing the original eternal deity religion by following Srimad. Everyone's activity and behavior is being reformed here. You also hold a court here.
कचहरी करनी चाहिए।
Children at all centers should also hold a court.
रोज बोलो चार्ट
Tell them,
सुधार हो जाएगा।
keep your chart every day so that you are reformed.
किसके तकदीर में नहीं है।
If it is not in someone's fortune, one becomes lazy.
चार्ट रखना बड़ा अच्छा है।
It's very good to maintain a chart.
तुम जानते हो।
You understand that?
84 के चक्कर को जानने से ही
By knowing this cycle of 84 births,
चक्रवर्ती राजा बन जाते।
you become the rulers of the globe.
84 के चक्कर को जानने से ही चक्रवर्ती राजा बन जाते हैं। कितना सहज है।
It's so easy.
फिर पवित्र भी बनना है।
However, you also have to become pure.
का चार्ट रखो।
Keep your chart of the pilgrimage of remembrance.
तुमको बहुत फायदा है।
You will benefit a great deal.
नोटबुक नहीं निकाला।
If you don't keep a note of 8, then it's understood that you're not remembering the Father.
नोटबुक सदा हाथ में रखो।
You should always have your notebook with you.
देखो।
You have to see your chart.
बाबा को याद किया।
How long did I remember the Father?
याद बिकर जंग उतर न सके।
Unless you have remembrance, your rust cannot be removed.
कट उतारने के लिए चीज को गासलेट में डाल देते हैं।
In order for rust to be removed, it is put into paraffin.
डाल देते हैं तो उसमें कर्म करते हुए भी बाप को याद करना है।
While performing actions, remember the Father,
तो पुरुषार्थ का फल मिल जाएगा।
and you'll receive the fruit of your actions.
पुरुषार्थ करेंगे ना फल मिलेगा।
You will get the fruit of your efforts.
मेहनत है ना।
It does take effort.
ऐसे थोड़ी बाप तेरे सिर पर ताज रख देगा।
You won't be crowned by Baba without effort.
ऐसे थोड़ी बाप सिर पर ताज रख देगा। मेहनत है।
There is effort.
बाबा इतना ऊंच पद देते हैं।
Baba is giving you such a high status.
कुछ तो मेहनत करनी है।
Therefore, some effort does have to be made.
इसमें हाथ पाँव आदि भी कुछ नहीं चलाना है।
You don't have to use your hands or feet, etc. here.
पढ़ाई बिल्कुल सहज है।
This study is absolutely
बुद्धि
easy.
में है सिर्फ।
Your intellect
शिव
is
बाबा
aware
ब्रह्मा द्वारा
of what you're being made into by Shiv Baba through Brahma.
बस
That's it.
बुद्धि में ये पक्का है। शिव
It has to be firm in our intellect.
ब्रह्मा द्वारा हम ये लक्ष्मी
Shiv Baba through Brahma, what is he making us? He's making us like Lakshmi Narayan.
जाते हो तो बैज परा रहे।
Wherever you go, you must always have your badge with you.
कोट ऑफ आर्म्स ये
Tell them, in fact, this is our coat of arms.
समझाने की बड़ी रॉयल्टी चाहिए।
You should have great royalty in explaining to others,
बहुत मीठापन से समझाना है।
and a lot of sweetness too.
कोट ऑफ आर्म्स पर भी समझाना है।
Explain the coat of arms.
प्रीत बुद्धि
Also explain what a loving intellect is and what a non-loving intellect is.
प्रीत बुद्धि
So what have you to explain? The one with the loving intellect is victorious.
को समझाना है। वह बेहद का बाप ही पतित पावन सुख का सागर है।
Do you know the Father? You wouldn't call your physical father God. It's only the unlimited Father who is the purifier and the ocean of happiness. It's only through him you receive infinite happiness. On path of ignorance, people believe that their mother and father gives them happiness, that they are sent to their in-laws' home.
बाप तुमको तुम्हारा
Yours
बेहद का ससुर घर
is the unlimited in-laws'
तुम्हारा है
house.
बेहद का ससुर घर
That is the limited
वह
one.
हद का वह माँ बाप करके 5-7 लाख
Perhaps that mother and father might give you 5 to 7 million or a billion. The father has named you.
पति बनने
The
वाले
children who are going to become multi-millionaires, that is Padma Padam Pati.
क्या देंगे लाख रुपए के देंगे
In Hindi, Padma Padam Pati.
पद्मा पति पद्मा पदम पति बनने वाले बच्चों वहाँ तो पैसे की बात ही नहीं है
There is no question of wealth.
सब कुछ मिल जाता
You
है
receive just everything.
बड़े अच्छे अच्छे महल होते हैं
The palaces there are very beautiful.
जन्मांतर के लिए तुमको महल मिलते हैं
You receive palaces for birth after
माँ का
birth.
सालन महल किसको मिले
There is the example of a person called Sudama on the path of bhakti. People have heard about his handful of rice,
सुना है तो यहाँ वह भी ले आते हैं
and so they too bring here.
और कुछ नहीं हम जब अभी दिल्ली में गए ना हमको
When I went to Delhi, I remember a place called Gurgaon, which is just next to Delhi.
जाते थे हर 15 दिन जाते थे
We used to go very often to Gurgaon, and there was this mother called Ram Pyari.
पहले किसी सेठानी के पास काम करती थी
She was working at a master's place earlier,
बोली
but she was very innocent and nice.
तो सच्ची से राम की प्यारी है
And when she came to Madhuban, Baba said, "Oh, she's the one who is loved by Ram."
आप करती थी ना जैसे कि वो छूट गई फिर गुरगांव के में उस सेंटर
And then she lost her job,
प्यारी ने कि
and then she started staying at the center. She started giving knowledge to many, many souls.
करती थी सारी के
What she used to do,
चावल बाबा ने
she used to put rice on a piece of cloth,
नहीं, बाबा के पास चावल लेके आती अच्छे चावल
and she would bring that rice to Baba.
चावल रूखा थोड़ी खाएंगे तो उनके साथ कुछ
So
मसाले
Baba
आते लिए आते।
explains that we cannot eat the rice by itself. Therefore, they used to bring few spices along with it.
मशीन में पीसते हैं ना तो माताएं क्या करती थी साफ करके काली
The mothers used to clean the rice,
सफा करके हाथ से पीस के आती
and they used to clean the spices by their own hand and grind them by their own hand. They never used to use the machines also.
इसका भी मैल मिल जाए
And therefore they used to then bring it to Baba, and Baba used to feel very happy
समय उन्होंने
because of their love.
ये आटा भी पीसा झंडे से पीसते थे
And even they used to spend so much time for grinding the grains
इतना प्रेम से
by
ले
their
आते हैं।
hands. They used to bring with so
बाबा
much of
तुमको
love.
जन्म जन्मांतर के लिए देगा
They understand that Baba will provide them birth after birth. This is why God is always called the bestower.
भक्ति मार्ग में तुम ईश्वर देते हो
On the path of devotion, you donate in the name of God, and you receive something that is short-lived in your next birth.
कोई गरीबों को देते हैं
When someone gives something to the poor or opens a college,
दान मिलता है
then in return for that donation,
धर्मशाला बनाते
he
हैं तो
receives an education in his next birth.
धर्मशाला में बहुत आकर के सुख पाते हैं
If he builds a rest house for pilgrims, he receives a good home to stay
एक जन्म में करते दूसरे जन्म
because of many who stays there and experiences happiness. However, that is the matter of just one birth. Here it is the matter of birth after birth. You know whatever you give to Shiv Baba is going to be used for you in turn. Shiv Baba doesn't keep anything for himself.
बाबा ने कहा तो दे दो
He told even this one, that is Brahma, give everything you have and you will become the master of the world. He was granted the vision of destruction and a vision of the kingdom.
बस नशा चढ़ गया
He was intoxicated
विश्व का मालिक
that Baba is going to make me the master of the world.
बना में भी है अर्जुन को
In
साकार
Gita,
कराया।
it is shown that Arjun was granted a vision
मुझे याद करो तो
and
तुम
was
ये
told,
बनेगा।
remember me and this is what you will
विनाश
become.
और स्थापना का साक्षात्कार कराया
He was granted the vision of destruction and establishment.
पारा चढ़ गया
This one's mercury of happiness also rose from the very beginning.
पाठ था।
This was his part in the drama.
भागीरथ को भी कोई जानते थोड़ी है
No one knows this lucky chariot.
तो तुम बच्चों को ये एम एंड ऑब्जेक्ट बुद्धि में रहनी चाहिए
Therefore, you children should keep this aim and objective in your intellect, that we are becoming
जितना
this.
पुरुषार्थ करेंगे उतना
To the extent that you make effort, you will claim a high status.
गाया जाता है
It is remembered, follow the Father.
इस समय बेहद की बात है.
That refers to this time.
बेहद का बाप कहते हैं.
The unlimited Father says, follow the advice I give you.
जो मैं राय देता हूँ उस पर फॉलो करो.
Follow the advice I give you.
किसको मुरली को टच हो रहा है?
Who is getting touched by the Murli?
ये नहीं समझा था. बेहद का बाप कहते हैं मैं जो राय देता हूँ उसको फॉलो करो.
Follow the advice I give you. Anybody's got touched? Anybody's intellect is touched? What Baba is trying to say?
स्कूल की क्या रिजल्ट है? दिल को ठका लगे न बाबा जो कहता है वही करना है.
There should be a strong feeling in the heart. Then there'll be a lot of intoxication. It's an effort to bring intoxication. Then while listening you say yes, yes, yes. And for doing you get up and you tell Baba, yes Baba, I will do. You know, you have the courage to get up in the class and say to Baba, yes, I will do.
इसने क्या किया सो भी बताता है.
What did this one do? That's what he also tells.
उनको सौदागर रत्नागर.
God is also called the businessman, the jewel merchant and the magician.
रत्नागर है, रत्न देते, जादूगर है.
He is the magician. What does it do? From what to what? Baba suddenly gave up everything. Previously, he was a jeweler of physical jewels. Now he has become a jeweler of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. To change hell into heaven, it is such a great magic. It is such a great magic. He is also the businessman. Baba makes such a good bargain with the children. He gives you palaces in return of your straws and handful of rice. He enables us to earn a great income. The business of diamonds and jewels also take place in this way. When an American customer comes, he is charged 500 to 1,000 rupees for something that just costs 100 rupees. They charge him a lot of money. You have the most ancient thing of all, and that is this ancient yoga. You've now found the innocent Lord. What does he take? What does he give? What do we give to Baba? How much do we give? How much innocent he is? What does he make out of you? Instead of bankruptcy, what does he make you for 21 births? Nobody understands in the world. Sometimes it is said that the innocent Lord gave them something. Sometimes they would say the goddess gave them something. So sometimes they say the guru gave them something. It's according to their desire. And here we have to give up all our desires and we have to have the true feelings in our heart, not desire. There's a difference between true feelings of the heart and a desire. In the world, there is people bow to the ones who create different types of magic. Here, it is a matter of study. You are sitting in a spiritual university. Gita is also called the Godly University. The versions of God are written in the Gita. However, no one knows who God is. Ask anyone. Do you know the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? The Father is the master of the garden. He is changing you from thorns into flowers. That is called the garden of Allah. Europeans speak of paradise. Bharat truly was the land of angels. It is now the graveyard. You are now becoming the masters of the land of angels again. The Father has come to awaken those who are sleeping. You know this, number-wise, according to the effort you are making. Baba is explaining, but at the same time he is seeing that children understand only according to the effort they make. Those who have woken up, they also wake up others. If someone doesn't wake up others, it means he himself hasn't yet woken up. Therefore, the father explains, these songs etc. are fixed in the drama. Some songs are very good. When you're unhappy, play these songs and you will become very happy. Baba remembers the song, O Traveller of the Night, do not become weary. Do you remember this song? Rajni Ben, do you remember the song? This song is very good. And on the basis of the song, you will remember the whole Murli. This song is really good. The night is now coming to an end. People believe the more worshipping you do, the sooner you find God. When they have a vision of Hanuman, etc., they believe they have found God. The father says, all of those visions, etc., are fixed in drama. In fact, they are given a vision of that one for whom they have a feeling of devotion, but in fact no one really is like that. The father has said, all of you should have your badge with you. Many different types of badges are made. This badge is very good for explaining to others. You are the spiritual military. The military always have their insignia. When you children have your badge with you, you will have the intoxication of what you are becoming. We are students. Baba is changing us from humans into deities. Human beings worship deities. Deities will not worship deities. Here, ordinary human beings worship deities. Because the deities are elevated. Acha. बाप दादा का याद प्यार गुड मॉर्निंग रूहानी बाप की रूहानी बच्चों को नमस्ते रूहानी बच्चों की रूहानी बाप को नमस्ते. Essence for dharana. Always keep your aim and objective in your intellect. Always keep the picture of Lakshmi Narayan with you. Stay happy knowing that this is what you are studying to become. We are now God's students. Second point, give your old straws and a handful of rice and receive a palace in return. Follow Brahma Baba and become a dweller of the imperishable jewels of knowledge. Blessing for today. On the basis of a true and a clean heart, may you be liked by the Father. May you be liked by the Father, the comforter of hearts, by claiming number one. The Father, comforter of hearts, loves only those children who have a true heart. Even if you don't have a worldly intellect, but you have a true and clean heart, you will claim number one.
क्यों दिमाग तो बाप इतना बड़ा दे देता है।
This is because the Father gives you such a big
इस
intellect
रचता को जानने से
that by knowing
रचना
the
के आदि
Creator,
मध्य के knowledge को जान लेते
you're able to know the knowledge of the beginning, middle, and the
सच्ची
end.
साफ दिल के आधार से ही
A number is created on the basis of true and honest heart
आधार से ही नंबर, सेवा के आधार से नहीं।
and not on the basis of service.
Attention, सच्ची दिल के सेवा
Attention,
का
please.
प्रभाव,
The effect of service done with a true heart reaches the heart.
दिमाग वाले नाम कमाते हैं,
Those who serve with their head
दिल वाले दुआएं लेते हैं।
could earn a name, whereas those who serve with their heart even earn
दिल
blessings.
वाले दुआएं लेते हैं।
Those who serve with their head
कितने
could earn a name, whereas those who serve with their heart
स्लोगन
even earn blessings.
शुभ चिंतन
Slogan:
और शुभ कामना रखना ही
to have pure
सर्व
thoughts
के प्रति
and
शुभ चिंतन
good wishes for
कामना रखना ही
everyone
सच्चा
is
परोपकार
to
है।
truly uplift everyone.
ओम शांति।
To have pure thoughts and good wishes for everyone is